Here I am once again. This is another video where I just had, I was just up all night thinking about stuff, couldn't go to sleep. So, here I am again, baby. This time, is a classic, the good old who would win? Who would win? Uh, I normally hate these, but, I was thinking about it and I figured might as well make it a video. I got all these thoughts in my brain that I want to get out. So, Goku versus One Punch Man. Everyone's talking about it. Well, a while ago that everybody was talking about it. Nobody really cares anymore. But I wanted to give it my 2 cents. Um, so, some things to mention first for starters. Mainly on the One Punch Man side, not seeing the manga at all. So like I'm super behind. So like everything I talk about with One Punch Man, he's probably way stronger in the manga in comparison to just season 1 and 2, and same with Dragon Ball Super. I haven't read the manga or anything. I'm a zoomer, so I only watch the anime, the pictures on books. It doesn't enthrall me. Not interested. Um, so yeah, same on. But with the Goku side, I can't imagine he gets that much stronger in Super. Probably does, but for what I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter. So the main things that I was thinking about is I feel like in a lot of these videos, people don't really consider the what I would call the important things of the story for it. People are just like, oh well, Goku could do this, so he'd win, or Saitama could do this, so he'd win. But it's like, they don't really think about like what would a character like that do. Like you could easily say like, well, Goku could just pick up Saitama and throw him into space and he'd die because Saitama can't fly. It's like he could, but he wouldn't. It's not what he would do. And you could also be like, well, Saitama would just like, like punch the ground and make the planet explode or whatever. It's like, okay, well, once again, unlikely. Don't think he'd do it. So that's kind of more what I'm focusing on, is kind of the character as well, not just, oh well, in this scene Goku does this, so that means he's stronger and would win, or oh, which of course I will be bringing up stuff like that, but like it's not the main focus of this video. It's mainly like in a fight, because obviously this wouldn't be a fight to the death. Let's make this clear. Neither of the characters would try and kill each other. They're both, good guys, quote unquote. Both of them are very flawed as far as that goes. Um, but yeah, as far as like, so here's my main thoughts I was having was, I, I can't, I'm not a writer. I couldn't say for sure, but I just, in my opinion, I feel like there's a good chance on Goku's side for starters. For starters, Saitama, doesn't use ki or anything, so Goku wouldn't actually be able to actually sense his power at all. So, there's a chance Goku might, underestimate him a bit, which Goku is known to do. Um, there's multiple times in the series where he underestimates people, gets fucked over for it. So there is a high likelihood that Saitama, because Saitama's kind of the opposite. He's well, not the opposite, but similar. Kind of just, not that he underestimates people, but he just knows what to expect. There's nothing compared to him his entire life. And they're just general styles of how they go about things are different as well. Where Goku is more of the play with his food type. He'll start us off slow and whatnot. Well, Saitama, he kind of just, in most of his fights where he's testing the waters, quote unquote, he just does nothing. He'll just stand there and like let himself get pummeled because he's confident they couldn't hurt him, and then he just punches them once and they instantly die. So the different mentalities there. So Goku would definitely, in a fight, of course, would start off slow, base form, Super Saiyan, do that kind of stuff. Or Saitama would probably do nothing for a good portion of it, and dodge some stuff, whatnot, and then, there's a good chance that maybe he'd throw a punch at one point and could like instantly knock out Goku, being unaware. That is a possibility. Of course, I'm not saying that's likely, as Goku, he's an avid fighter. I think even without being able to sense ki, he could probably tell Saitama's a bit of a beast. He's not just a normal dude. He'd probably be able to tell that and be like, something's off here, man. I keep hitting this guy. He's just kind of chilling there. He's not hurt that bad. Because Saitama, he takes some hits. Like all throughout this show, He like just like I mean, prime example. He gets literally launched to the moon casually. Doesn't not hurt at all. Jumps all the way back down to Earth casually. Not like a couple scrapes, nothing more. So as far as like endurance, as taking a beating, he's pretty up there. Okay, he's crazy. He's got some durability. So I don't think like Goku could, knock him out with one punch, like similar to One Punch Man or anything. I don't think the fight would end in one punch, of course. One Punch Man is strong, but Goku is also strong, obviously. But I do think if he was unaware, he could get one punched by Saitama. Like a Super Saiyan 2 Goku that's just kind of playing around. And Saitama's like, dang, this guy's kind of good. All right, I'll fight back. Throws a clean punch out of nowhere, like gut checks him or something. Goku gets fucking walloped, gets absolutely booshed. I could see that happening for sure. That definitely, I think, would happen at some point in a battle between the two of them. Because obviously a setup for this obviously would just be Goku like, dang, you're strong, let's fight. And Saitama like, okay, all right. Because, they have similar kind of goals overall. Saitama's just super bored and just kind of is like, well, this might be fun. Where Goku's kind of a maniac for it. Saitama's similar to that based on his dream of like his wish to have like a real battle, in season 1 against the Mole Men. So we do know he has similar like mentalities to Goku, in that regard, but Goku's definitely more of a fanatic than Saitama for sure. And I also feel like something too that, I don't know how many people would agree with this. I feel like Goku, there's a good chance upon realizing that Saitama doesn't have like can't like fly or anything like that. I feel like Goku might just fight him like on the ground, like 1v1 style, like hand to hand. I know definitely Goku would start whipping out stuff like Kamehamehas towards the end, but I feel like for the start he might kind of play it fair and square and kind of just be like, oh, okay, I'll do a normal fist fight with this guy. Goku's a bit honorable, a bit. It'd definitely be like, oh, this guy could take it, and then he'd go all out, doing all this crazy stuff. But I don't think he'd start off doing anything crazy like that, Because once again, it would be a endurance fight. I think there's a chance that One Punch Man could, one punch Goku out of surprise. But yeah, just comparing them as far as strength goes, I think physically One Punch Man is definitely stronger. Because in the show, in Dragon Ball, the insane strength feats aren't very common. It's mainly like the ki blasts that do like crazy stuff. You don't see like Goku like punching something and like making a huge shock wave like One Punch Man and whatnot. You don't see like, for example, in season 1 where he goes to like punch Genos and like destroys a whole mountain range behind him just by the force of it. You don't see Goku doing anything like that really. It's, he'd do that with a Kamehameha, of course, but not with his bare fist. So in that regards, I think, like, physically speaking, Saitama's definitely stronger. But with ki involved, I think it's pretty even. And then it's just up to, well, could Saitama, like, throw a ki blast away from him or anything? I don't know how that fully would go, how he would deal with something like that. I imagine he could probably just, like, punch it away probably. But yeah, I'm not like I will state I'm leaning towards One Punch Man winning. I will put it bluntly, because I'm based on how I think Goku would fight, because they have very different mentalities apart. That One Punch Man is not the type to go easy, so to speak. Most of his fights, him going easy is just doing nothing and just kind of losing focus, letting himself get hit, thrown around, whatnot, and then he throws one real hit, and then the fight's over, is generally how his fights go. So I see it highly likely something like that happening. But there's also a good chance Goku could dodge that punch or, whatnot. And then we're assuming, obviously, we have to take assumption Saitama going all out. Because, probably in the manga we see more closely to that, but in season 1 and 2, you never see anything close to him going out all out. Like, the power he generates in just one punch, imagine him throwing 20, 50 in a row. Like that, just considering him doing a combination attack, in one punch he can do that much. blow up like a mountain range and like cause freaking clouds for thousands of miles apart. You know, imagine what he could do in 2 punches, 3 punches, 4 punches, 5 punches, actually punching multiple times instead of just all once. You know, so like as far as physically goes, easy win for Saitama, I think. Of course, Goku, you can make arguments. Well, like for example, when he goes Super Saiyan 3, when he's charging up, like the earth shakes and like clouds fly away and like huge storms build up and whatnot. So you know, as far as that goes, you could say they're equal. But I don't like, as I said, you don't see Goku doing any physical feats as far as that kind of stuff goes that much. You know, he'll like punch through a guy, but like, you know, not on the same level. Like his shock waves from throwing a punch is not nearly the same as Saitama's, which does make me believe he is physically way stronger. In a just physical fist fight, easy win for Saitama. Goku does not stand a chance in a physical fist fight. Of course, Goku is way more proficient in fighting, so he would definitely have some dodges, some weaving, some better technique, where Saitama has pretty much next to no actual fighting technique. You know, he's just a dude. He just throws punches, and he has an insane strength. So there's a good chance Goku could just dodge and weave and like outfight him in general, you know, and just never get hit. That's also highly like, especially if we're talking Ultra Instinct Goku. I don't think Saitama could hit a Ultra Instinct Goku personally. Because you know Saitama's fast, of course, but he doesn't have the skill that Goku has. You know, the technique, he's lacking in that. It's like Broly in the Dragon Ball Super movie. You know, Broly was super strong, but like he had no technique at the start of the fight, so they were like easily ducking and weaving and dodging him, and then you know he'd get a lucky hit in. It'd be the same with Saitama. You know, he'd get a lucky hit in and fucking obliterate Goku. Is what I'm saying. You know. But you know, it's the same with Goku. I don't know how he'd react to like a Kamehameha. You know, like he deals with like energy blast because you know, like Boros, the alien guy in season 1. You know, he can be assumed to be kind of on a Boo level of strength because he kind of flies around and like blows up a bunch of planets, as it's well aware. So like he's planetary destruction level. So and Saitama beats him without a scratch, pretty much. Like any injury he sustained was just because he was doing nothing. And like you know, similar to that, you never see Goku or anyone throw anyone to a fucking planet. Like you know, he'll with it once again Kamehameha. He does. He shoots people into space. It's happened before. Like my boy Cooler. Of course, the Z movies aren't canon. Of course, well aware of that. But you know, still, he could do that if he wanted to. He could shoot him into the sun. He could, but I don't think he would. You know, once again, he's not trying to kill. This isn't a death match. You know, like Goku could just shoot a Kamehameha and launch him into space, and Saitama would die because he can't breathe or fly. So you know, he could do that, but he wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. I think Goku would fight fair and square. Is what I'm saying. I think Goku, he is a bit of a trickster, a wee bit. But I don't think he's an outright kind of. I think Goku would kind of see it as cheating almost, in personally. But until a point, until he realizes, oh, like Saitama can take it, and then he'd go crazy with it, and then it's just up to how Saitama can react to that. Because physically speaking, way, way, way stronger. Not even in comparison. You know, like the physical feats Saitama can do compared to what Goku can, not even close. A prime example. You know, the after image technique, Goku can do that. You know, that's speed based. But he does it in like a circle. You know, he does it to like trick people. Saitama, he can do it back to back in a straight line, making 10 versions of himself. Like, that's crazy. Like a circle compared to a straight line, the speed you need to do that is crazy. Like, I don't think we ever see Goku doing it in a straight line like that. Like, it's always like a circle because he's trying to trick them. Where Saitama was just like casually jumping back and forth just to like walk into somebody and obliterate them based on just the speed of him jumping around. Like, it is crazy. Like, the physicality of One Punch Man is truly insane. Like, it's crazy. It's not even comparable to the kind of things Goku does physically. So, you know, as far as that goes, yeah, Goku does not stand a chance. If they were doing a straight to straight boxing match, don't think he'd win. I don't think he would. He could dodge, he could weave, he got the techniques, He definitely finesse him for a while, but it just takes one hit from One Punch Man to probably knock his ass out. In my opinion, of course. Goku could take a beating, that's for sure, but good clean punch, I don't know, man. I think it might wreck him. And yeah. What else? I think, and then as far as like Goku winning, well, once again, I don't think it'd be an easy fight for either of them. You know, a Super Saiyan Blue Goku definitely has some power to him. He's got some strength, obviously. And then the Kamehameha, of course, could definitely fuck Saitama up. But I don't think it'd be enough to win, you know? And this is all assuming it's taking place on the ground, for starters, once again. I don't think Goku would fly. I think he'd realize and accept that Saitama can't fly and kind of wouldn't do that. But anything else in Goku's arsenal, he would think is fair game, I think. The only thing I think he wouldn't really do is fly. Because, that just seems kind of unfair, in my opinion. And I feel like Goku would feel the same way. It's like, well, I could just fly up in the air and just shoot him with Ki Blast, but that's not Goku's style. He likes to have a good, fair fight most of the time. He wants to fight for the fun of it. So I don't think he'd do something like that, because that could just completely trivialize the fight and make it no point. Of course, Saitama isn't defenseless to ground stuff. He can jump super fucking high, so he could just jump and box with him, no problem. But yeah, just personally don't think Goku would, do anything with that. Then any kind of like kill moves Goku has, like I don't think he could whip out a Destructo Disc, anything like that. Like a Destructo Disc might kill Saitama, but don't think he'd use it, because once again, he's not going for the kill. This is a friendly match, pretty much. It's like this would be probably tournament style, to be honest, is probably how it would go, if I had to guess. As they're both just kind of doing it for fun. The other, it's not a death match. They're not going for kills. It wouldn't make any sense in that department. So, but yeah, I personally don't think Goku would win for the reasons I've listed. But I do think Goku is stronger, if that makes any sense. Like, Goku obviously he has the power to beat Saitama easily, but he wouldn't do that because that's against his character. Like, as I said, if this was Frieza, he's losing. Saitama's losing. Frieza's gonna get upset and blow up the planet. That's it. It's over. He's losing. Goku's a fair guy. I don't think it'd go like that. But yeah, Frieza versus Saitama, he's losing. Saitama's losing. He doesn't stand a chance. Frieza's gonna cut him in half. He's gonna freaking blow him up. He's gonna just fly away, stay away from him. Because speed-wise, like flying Goku, I always come back to this. Gotenks flying. He can fly around the planet like multiple times, like Super Saiyan Gotenks. And Goku by now is way stronger than that, so he could easily loop the planet, no problem, flying around. But running, not as fast. The flying speed is crazy fast. Running speed is not. I'd say they're about the same, Saitama and Goku running speed. As Saitama, we see him running all the time. He's very fast when he runs, but he's not like crazy. But yeah, freaking Frieza fight against Saitama, not even close. Frieza's packing him up. Okay, he does not stand a chance. Frieza does not play honestly, because they have way more powers than Saitama. Saitama's just got super strength. That's all I got. But Frieza, he can do a bunch of wacky crap. He can mess him up. He would toy with him. He'd shoot some death beams at him. Saitama could probably deflect those. Those wouldn't be a big deal. But the Death Saucers, if Frieza wanted to whip those out, I think they'd probably cut him in half. I don't know fully how they work, but they seem to just kind of cut through stuff willy-nilly. Like the Destructo Disc goes crazy. Of course, Destructo Disc don't work on Cell, but I don't think the power difference between Frieza and Saitama is like freaking Krillin and Cell. So I think the disc could probably cut him in half. So yeah, Goku versus Saitama, I think Saitama will win. Saitama versus Frieza, I think Frieza would win. Because as I said, I think they are stronger. I think Goku is stronger. But I don't think Goku would use his abilities effectively enough to destroy Saitama. Because, it would probably kill him. Like as I said at the beginning, if Frieza wants to, he could just pick Saitama up and throw him into space and he'd die. Frieza's chilling. No problem there. Or blow up the planet, because he would. Because why wouldn't he? So just the easy wins for Frieza, no problem. Goku would not do either of those things. He'd be fair player. He'd fist fight him, probably. Maybe shoot a couple Kamehamehas, which I think Saitama can probably handle those. So I think Saitama would probably win. But yeah, Frieza, nuh-uh, he ain't winning. Saitama is not winning that fight, boys. He's getting packed. He's getting freaking sent home. It'd be bad. We'd we'd have a mess on our hands. Okay, I'm just saying. A Frieza fight. That's ridiculous. Ain't no way, man. Frieza's got way too many crazy moves. He can like lock you in place. He can freaking just breathe in space for starters. So yeah, he would always choose the destroy the planet option if he's losing. He always does. He wouldn't. He had no reason for him to not do it now. And there's nothing Saitama can do about that. He's not like Goku. He can't just fly away. He don't got no spaceships. He's just a dude. So yeah, he'd instantly lose in that scenario. So yeah. So yeah, I think Saitama would win against Goku, but I think the characters in Dragon Ball Z are stronger. I think a lot of the villains in Dragon Ball Z could probably beat Saitama. I think probably any of the villains from, well, I guess pretty much any of them that are willing to blow up the planet would win. So even like, even freaking Z Vegeta probably could win. Unless, of course, he gets instantly packed, which is very possible. Saitama could easily kill Vegeta in one punch, and probably Cell as well. And probably, well, maybe not Boo, maybe Boo, because, Boo can regenerate. Don't know if he could one-punch Boo. Goku Black, though, don't think he can one-punch. Probably, maybe. Probably not, though. Oh, I don't think he can one-punch him, so... But also, once again, Goku Black doesn't want to blow up the planet, so it's a toss-up. He might be able to beat Goku Black, but probably not, because Goku Black doesn't fight fair at all, so he'd use any trick to his possibility. Vegeta might win, because I feel like Vegeta is less likely to be fair. I think Vegeta start key spamming the second he gets a chance. I don't think he plays fair as Goku would. Piccolo, he'd easily win because, he's actually intelligent and be like, wow, this is this guy's weaknesses. I could probably cook him. Gohan, same boat, probably could win. Goku himself, though, don't think he could. Don't think he would. He could physically win, but I don't think he would because of his mentality. And that's what matters, baby, the mentality. Saitama, he's a little rat. Saitama's a little rat, dude. He'll freaking use any trick in the book. He's a little he's a little dirtbag, okay? Every time we see him, he's like a little schemer. He has zero honor. No honor in that guy. He'll punch you mid-sentence. He'll do anything. He'll interrupt you. He'll punch you in the balls, He has no chill. No chill like that. He generally plays fair just because he's so much stronger, but I think in pushing up yourself in a real fight, I think he'd start playing dirty because that's just kind of in his character. That's one of the reasons I like about Saitama. It's a bit devious, but yeah. Saitama versus Dragon Ball Universe, it's a lose, easy lose. But Saitama versus Goku in particular, I think he might win. And that'll be all for this video. That was my thoughts on the matter. Thank you for listening.